Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. We're almost there. Trust me, I can't wait. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm excited to be here. I have a really pretty card to share with you. It's beautiful. I'm so excited for you guys to see it and learn how to make it. What else is going on? I burned my hand today. I was taking something out of the oven and there was some grease that had pooled, and as I pulled the pan out, the grease dripped like off the corner of the pan and down my hand, and I have some owies and they actually kind of hurt really bad. So, boo-hoo. I've been crying all afternoon. My hand hurts. So, yeah. I got out of doing dishes tonight, though. I was like, I'm not putting my hand in hot water. I have a box full of things to give away. Remember, these are my birthday gifts. So I'm going to do that right away before I forget. So, do we have people watching yet? So last Wednesday was my birthday, and I had a bunch of really fun things that I wanted to give away because I love presents. So when I picked a name for the card that I made last week, I picked Shar. So I'm going to be sending this to you, Shar. So that'll go, I actually have a package of stuff for you, so I'm going to put that all in there together. Hi, Wanda. I have a package of Peaceful Poppies Designer Series paper and some matching sequins. Hi, and this is going to be for Karen. And then I have some bird ballad trinkets, and these are going to go to Rose. Rose Bell. I don't have your address, so if you want to send me a message, I will get these in the mail to you. Hi, Karen. I have a package of Share What You Love Designer Series specialty paper, and this comes with some fun labels to stamp your greetings on. There's some fun embellishments in here. There's some paper clips, some flowers, and then there's 2 rolls of twine that match. And this is going to go to Michelle. So I will get that out to her. And then, Wanda, I know you're watching. You won the Come Sail Away Designer Series paper with the Sail Away trinkets and a roll of this beautiful baker's twine. I hope you like this. So I'm going to get that out to you. The last thing I have to give away here is By the Base stamp set, and this is for Janet. So I want to thank all of you guys for stamping with me on my birthday last week. It was a great time, and I hope you like your presents. Okay, what else is going on? Yes, you are welcome. Hi, Karen. So, I think Monday is August 31st, and that is the last day to use your bonus days coupons. So if you earned any bonus days coupons when you purchased in July, those are going to expire on August 31st. Also, so you want to use those on your orders because we don't ever want discounts to go to waste, right? And then when you order, make sure you use my August host code, because on August 31st, when I close that workshop out, I'm going to pick a winner, and somebody's going to win some hostess rewards. And I can tell you that I have several orders from the month of August, so you're definitely going to get some wonderful rewards to use. So that'll be fun. Usually I keep those for myself, but because it's my birthday, I wanted to give them away. Okay, what else? I think that's all I have. So I think I'm gonna flip the camera around so that we can make this beautiful fall card. What do you think? Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like there was something else I wanted to tell you, but I can't think of what it is at the moment. So if I think of it, I'll tell you while I'm stamping. How's that? Okay, hold on. And I have a boo-boo on my hand, so this hurts even more. So whenever I have a fun fold, I try to remember that you guys want the directions. So I typed them all up so that you can see them, so you can make it yourself. Otherwise, there wouldn't really be a point in me showing you, right? So this is the August host code. So if you're gonna place an order in the next couple days, you wanna make sure you're using that. And then I think I'm gonna put these, can we see these? Maybe if I put that right here. Whoops, I just bumped everything. I'm just trying to straighten everything out. I spent some serious time last week trying to straighten out my stand to try to, I think it's just been moved around so much, so hopefully today we'll have better luck. I think I'm gonna move this up here. I wanna make sure that's on camera so you guys can see. The double Z fold card. All right, so I'm gonna move the gifts out of the way and bring in our pieces here. We are going to be using our Life is Beautiful stamp set. Hi, Shannon. So we're going to be using this to make this beautiful fall card today. And we're also going to use this, I always forget the name of it. It's this Gilded Autumn Designer Series specialty paper. And oh, this stuff is so pretty. So I'm going to show you just some of the patterns that are in here. We've got this houndstooth. And this one is gorgeous, and some stripes, and this has gold and copper foil embossing on it, and some more patterns, and this has some gold and copper embossing on it. You can kind of see that in the camera, actually, it looks like. And this one, we're going to use some of this on our card tonight. And then we've got more acorns and leaves. Oh, this stuff is just beautiful. So, I'm going to start with our base, which I made, I'm using Early Espresso cardstock. And I cut it at 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored it at 2 3/4 and then 5 1/2. And so I gotta grab my bone folder here. Hold on a second. No excuse for that. Okay, so then I'm gonna fold it on the score lines like this. I think this fold is off just a little bit. Shoot, but that's okay. I think it's supposed to be 2 1/2, but it's easy enough to fix. Or maybe not. Once it's already scored, it's not wanting to bend. So I'm not off to a real great start here, you guys. I think I'm gonna make another one. Okay. I must have been sleeping when I did that. Hang on real quick. But I'm gonna leave these here for you in case you want to write them down. Okay. So it is supposed to be 2 3/4, but I must have done it wrong the first time. So, all right, so this is what we end up with. Oh, that's not right either. Hang on. I think I failed tonight, guys. What do you think? All right, this one is perfect. I'm gonna toss that. All right, let's get this show back on the road. I apologize for that. Sometimes I get distracted when I'm getting ready and accidents happen. Okay, so this is gonna be our base. Then we have this other this is Cajun Craze, and this is the other part of our Z fold. And this is cut at 3 1/4 by 10 inches. And then we score at 4 1/4 and 7 1/4. So I'm gonna fold these lines. This one is a little off as well, but it's not as bad as the other one. Okay, so the way this is gonna go, oops, and I folded it backwards. Oh, there we go. This is our Z fold. So if I was to do a Z fold, it would be like this. This is what makes it a double Z fold. Is this is going to be glued here, and then when you open it, this will be glued here. So it'll open like that. So that's what we're going to make tonight. It's really not that hard. Once you get the cutting and the scoring nailed down, the rest of it comes together pretty easily. So it's not as hard as it's already looking. But the first thing I want to do is I want to glue down my base, and I've got this beautiful early espresso that I embossed with the brick and mortar 3D embossing folder. So I have this beautiful brick pattern. And I'm going to glue this down to what I call the inside of the card. So that gives us this beautiful background. All right, next, I've got some of that beautiful designer series paper I just showed you. And this is going to go on the front. So we're going to put that right here. And look at the other side. So this we're going to use inside the card, but this is the side that we're going to have on the outside. I hate to put glue on that because it's so pretty, right? I don't need that until I start stamping. It's kind of in my way. So, and I think that because I scored my card wrong, I ended up cutting this piece a little bit wrong, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so now I have, what else? All right, let's do some stamping. So I'm going to set this aside for now. And I'm going to bring in my pad. This is my piercing mat. And when I'm using these photopolymer stamps, I like to have, I like to have the mat because these stamps don't have the cushion behind them like the red rubber stamps do. Sometimes you need a little bit of cushioning. So I'm going to take the Early Espresso ink because we want everything to coordinate. And I'm going to ink up my tree, and I've got a piece of very vanilla cardstock here. And it's best for these really big stamps is I just like to bring the ink right to the stamp like this. Just tip it upside down. I think you get much better coverage than if you're trying to do the other way with the ink into the, or the stamp into the ink like that. So, and for this one, I kind of want my tree to come in from the side. Kind of want it to be like that because I want room for my hello at the bottom. So I think right like that is how I want it. And just press it down and then lift it up. I did get some ink up there. That's okay. It's probably going to be covered up with when I stamp the leaves. So I'm not going to get super upset about that. I think that's due to the weird angle that I was stamping at. If you've never stamped on camera like this, it's a little awkward, to be honest. It took me some getting used to, and really I'm still not used to it because it's definitely an awkward kind of position compared to the way that I've been used to stamping for the last 15 years. So probably closer to 20 actually. But I'm just removing the ink from this stamp right away because as you can see, I've used it so much, it's very stained. So I just want to clean it a little bit. All right. So now I'm going to come in with my Cajun Craze ink. And I'm going to stamp the leaves and get it nice and dark. And then I'm going to stamp dark, and then I'm going to go over I want some lighter ones in there too. So kind of like that. And then maybe a little bit more at the top. So I kind of stamped off and added more, just to give it a little dimension. So kind of looks like the leaves are blowing around in the wind maybe, and I like it. I think it's really pretty. I love fall cards. I love trees and leaves. Cajun Craze is probably one of my favorite fall colors of all the Stampin' Up! Colors. Reminds me of fall, which is coming soon. I know we don't want to talk about that. I'm with you because I've been loving summer. It's been a beautiful summer, and I'm especially thankful because I got to be home for most of it for the first time, like, ever. Well, not really ever because I was in school over the summer one time, but I've really enjoyed being home. So anyway, moving on. I'm going to glue this down to Early Espresso layer. And then, that's so pretty. I've got this little scrap that I want to stamp hello on. So I'm going to go back to my Early Espresso ink. Oh, and I just dropped my stamp. It's because of my owie. All right, so I want to say hello. I love that. Hello. This is a great card for a friend, especially with autumn coming. Hello. All right. As long as I have that out, let's do the inside. What I'm going to stamp on the inside is thinking of you. I didn't get this stamp ready. Have I been watching? Oh, I'm looking at comments. I see Chriselle is here. Hello, Chriselle. She says it's been extremely hot by her. It was really, it's been warm here too. Very warm. Today actually and yesterday I didn't go for my bike ride because it was like super hot. And I was going to, I intended to. Then I got on my bike and I was like, oh, it's sweltering. And I was in the yard with Rosie for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going for a bike ride today. It was just too hot. So I was kind of sad about that, but I want to make sure I do this the right way. This is going to be the inside of our card. Yes, so it's going to go that way. All right. You'll see how this is all going to come together soon, I promise. So that was perfect. And then, you guys, I decided to get out my markers and have a little fun with those. So I've got, let's see. We've got this little birdhouse in the stamp set, which is really cute. And so I took my Stampin' Right markers and I took Early Espresso to color the birdhouse and whatever that is that it's hanging by. So I'm going to color that with my markers. And then I also have Mint Macaron, and I'm going to color those little leaves on each side of the birdhouse. Just for something different. Because this is much easier than trying to do this with the ink pads. And it turned out really nice. So I just want to put a little bit more ink there. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of a huff with my breath just to kind of keep that ink damp. And then I'm going to stamp it. Look at how cool that turned out. do you guys think? I don't use my markers nearly enough, but you can totally use them for inking up your stamps and stamping. So, okay, so that's the inside of our card. So how this all goes together is, this is our double Z fold, and this is going to get glued to the front here. So this is going to be the front of our card. My glue is getting clogged again. I want to make sure this is really straight. And it's not. But that's okay, because when it's not, you just pull it up and you start over again. Like that. That is much better. Okay. Then, thank you, Chriselle. Hey, if you missed the beginning of the video, you're going to want to go back to see if you won prizes, because I already can't remember whose names I picked. Isn't that terrible? My memory is for the birds, you guys, I swear. It's terrible. And my mom just laughs because she knows I totally get that from her. So what I didn't do this on camera because it's impossible for me to do that, but I took my little banner, I found the center, and I cut in just a tiny little bit like this. And then I cut in from each corner to the top of my cut just to make this little banner end. So that's how it's going to go on our card, like that. So what I'm going to do now is, this is the inside of our card, and I'm going to glue that down. Sometimes I forget I'm supposed to be doing this stuff on camera. So we've got our thinking of you on there. And then I've got this beautiful piece of paper. I love this designer series paper. It's so pretty. It is fabulous. I'm going to glue that in the middle. I hear weird noises coming from my upstairs. I don't know if Rosie's playing with her toys or what's going on up there. So, okay. So here's how we're going to do this. This is tricky, I'm not going to lie, but it's hard to glue these together. So what I end up doing is gluing the front first, and then the back kind of falls in place. But let me show you. So we know that we want this to be like centered when the card's closed. So we're going to want to put glue on this part right here. So I'm going to put some glue on there. And I'm going to press it down as soon as I get it centered to like how we want it. I don't need this anymore. And then I'm going to put some glue on the, see, it's a little bit crooked, but I think it has more to do with my folds, because this is why I don't do a lot of fun folds, because I find them incredibly confusing. They're a lot of fun when I get them right, but I also struggle with them. And I thought I'd try something different and, you know, show you guys something new. So here I am. Okay, so this is what we want. And then when I get it placed where I want it, I'm just really trying to get that glue to stick. Okay, so now I have got this beautiful ribbon that you guys have seen me use a million times before. This is the gold cording from that beautiful Forever Fern suite. And I'm just gonna cut a little bit of that off. Ugh. And then I'm going to adhere that behind my hello. Like so. Some of these strands are coming apart already. And I'm going to use dimensionals to stick that down. My hand is really hurting, you guys. I can feel it burning. The good news is it's not blistered yet. So this afternoon it looked like it was going to blister, but so far it's just red and ugly and angry looking, kind of. Okay, so I want this to be right about there. And then the last thing I've got is some of these. Of course, I got to get those gold gems out again. Okay. So I'm going to put a few of these on there. Oh geez. Let's see. Are you guys still with me? My tablet just shut off. So I have no idea if I'm still live or not. I hope so. I don't know what the problem is. Oh, jeez. All right. So we're just gonna keep going. So I hope you guys like this card. Like I said, I thought I'd try another fun fold. It's really not that hard. And in all honesty, I'm going to say it's probably easier for you than it is for me. You can see how I struggled with it. But these wacky folds are always something that I've struggled with, and that's why I just tend to not do them. I'm going to put this here. I know that you guys want to see the dimensions a little bit. So hopefully you can see those better. If not, I will certainly post them on my page as soon as this video is done. And then before I go, I do have a few other cards I want to show you that I made with this set. They're not all fun folds, but they're certainly really pretty cards. So I made this Life is Beautiful. This is using that Gilded Autumn paper again. And I thought what was really fun is that after I did the stamping on here, I embossed it with the textured embossing folder, and that turned out really pretty. And then I made this one. This is using Real Red and crushed curry, and I stamped the leaves with the baby wipe technique from a few weeks ago. And so I used my baby wipe and I dropped the Cajun Craze, the Real Red, and the crushed curry re-inkers onto the baby wipe, and instead of doing a stripe pattern, I just did drops and made sort of a spotted pattern, and that turned out really neat for those leaves. And then this one, which is very similar to the one I just showed you, but I just stamped the leaves instead of doing the baby wipe technique. And this one, the same thing. I used that beautiful autumn paper, so that turned out really nice. And then this one I wanted to show you. I made this one this weekend when Brooke was here with me. We spent the afternoon in my craft room, and I did some sponging. And so I just sponged and blended and made kind of a Halloween looking card. And then when I was done, I used my black Stampin' Blend marker and I flicked all over to make this speckles. And that turned out really kind of spooky, so I love this card. I may do more of that. And then I had to make a winter card because this stamp set comes with some snowflakes too, so I made a sort of wintry thinking of you card. So I hope you guys like the cards. I totally lost my video and all the comments and everything when my tablet shut down. So if we're still live, I will look at all your comments later. I will post the dimensions on my page shortly. And if anybody has any questions, send me a message. Otherwise, you guys have a great night, and I will see you next week. Bye.